provisions of this act, the Board of Fire Commissioners of Fire District Number 1, Township of Mount Holly, has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, place, and agenda, to the extent known thereof, posted as follows. Published in the Burlington County Times on January 4th, 2025. Published in the Courier Post on January 4th, 2025. Filed written notice with the Township Clerk on December 29th, 2024. Posted written notice on the official bulletin board at the Township Municipal Building, posted on the district website. Formal action may be taken. Can I have a call to order and a roll call?
Present.
Commissioner Driscoll. Here. Commissioner Brown.
Here.
Chairperson Cecily.
Here. Can I have a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence, please? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. We have the approval of minutes for March 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. Have a roll call?
Commissioner Lowe.
No.
Commissioner Shepherd. Chairperson Brown. Chairperson Cecily.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, wait a minute, something got skipped there, but that's all right. It's one of those nights. And we have the approval of requisitions as reported by the treasurer.
Excuse me, can we go through those individually and have some explanation as to what they are? I have questions about a couple things in particular. Do I just,
What are your questions?
okay. So there's a mic reimbursement here for Town Council Member Richard DeFalco. Is that, I'm assuming, these microphones?
Yes.
Okay.
It was split with the township.
Okay, do we not have a pending budget item of $60,000 for sound and audio in this room?
We still have to decide on how to go out for RFP.
Okay, so,
Rather than wait for everything to come back, this was the quick fix, and it was a lot cheaper.
Who voted on that?
okay,
So
so
my question, I have a follow-up to that then. I had offered a suggestion in the absence of microphones and in the absence of having going out to bid yet for the audio, that we move these tables and bring the chairs closer so that we could all sit together the way that we did at township council meetings when they were taking place in the town hall. And that was rebuffed by many of my council members. Did we have a broader discussion that I was not included in, where we would negate a solution that didn't cost us any money before we decided to make an expense and agreed to split it with the town? And if so, why wasn't I included? And secondarily, I don't know how we got there. Like, these microphones, we split it with them, but we use it for one meeting. How many meetings monthly does the township utilize these for? Is a 50-50 split in the interest of the fire district and the money we're using to protect us in a firematic capacity? Sorry.
If we want to discuss that in closed session, we can do that then.
Is that a closed session item?
Let's discuss it now.
I guess the potential contract negotiations with the township, but also you have to remember it's required to be a public meeting, so you do need an application here to make sure, because there's been complaints from the public as well that they're not able to hear, and so there is a need for an application, so that we're meeting our requirements under the sunshine law, of public meeting.
Okay, and what you may not be aware of, because you just recently joined us, is that I did offer a solution that did not have a fiscal expenditure attached to it, that would accomplish an amplification and drawing our constituency closer to us, so that we could both be compliant with that requirement and be fiduciarily responsible. Was there a discussion that took place for this expenditure that did not include the entirety of the board? And is that within the purview of whomever had that discussion and made that decision absent any input from me? For certain, I wouldn't dream of speaking for any of my fellow commissioners.
If you're asking me,
I mean, to whom do I direct that question and how do I get an answer to it?
Again, we can discuss it in closed session.
Is that a closed session item or is that a public discussion item?
if it concerns negotiations with the township, it very well could fall under the executive session. Again, I don't know the circumstance.
Okay, I'm also under the impression that there is a shared service agreement with the Township of Mount Holly. I've asked for access to that document on multiple occasions since my election, and have not yet been provided it. So if at all possible, I would like to have access to that as soon as possible. I don't know if you've yet been given the documents from our former solicitor, but I would imagine those would be among our things.
I don't have a copy of any shared service agreement.
Delightful, thank you very kindly. If you could look into that for me, I would really appreciate it. Secondarily, there are some payments here to our former solicitor. Speaking of her, have those been truncated to reflect the shortening of our agreement with her and your new tenure as our counsel? Or are we just paying that outright as we would have during that period?
Solicitor wouldn't be the appropriate person to answer that question. It's a financial question.
Okay, so,
It's from Ms. Brooks.
That's paid hourly, so that was, the bill was received during the time that she was in as our solicitor.
wonderful, thank you for the clarity, I appreciate it.
No problem.
I mean,
All right,
Sure.
can I have a first and a second? June 1st.
Second.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Lowe,
no,
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Gaskell,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes, without to the reimbursement of Richard DeFalco.
and Chairperson Saucier.
Yes. Okay, resolution 2025-014, resolution to go into closed session to discuss personnel and contracts, formal action may be taken.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to add, in addition to those items, we also have to discuss pending litigation as well as attorney-client matters.
Okay, thank you.
Make that motion. Make the motion.
Okay. Josh motion? I'll second. Sam? Can I have a roll call? I seconded Josh.
Commissioner Lowe,
yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Gaskell,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Chairperson Saucier.
Yes.
Yeah. June, did you really think you'd get away with this? Did you really?